Hi FlossTube, my name is Jen. I'm also known as the Backcountry Stitcher here on FlossTube and also on Instagram, and you can follow me here on Instagram if you would like. And I am here for my third video. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed and who has been watching my videos. It really just means so much to me. I only have a few subscribers and not that many views, but it makes it all the more special to me. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by, and please consider subscribing. I've been having so much fun doing these floss tubes. I did not expect to be having this much fun doing them, but here I am on floss tube number 3. So there we go. So for today, I have a few things. First of all, I want you to introduce my stitching buddy is here with me. Benny, come here. Come on. This is Benny. Benny, say hi to everyone. Benny is our dog. We got him from the shelter a little over a year ago now, and he's such a good boy. And I'll put a picture in here of where he decided to stitch, but he is here. He's now my floss tube buddy too, apparently, sitting under my desk. We do also have a cat who likes to sit with me while I stitch, but he is he's busy doing cat things right now. So today I have another FFO to show you guys. I'm really excited. I have some WIPs going on, of course, and I'll be able to show you where I was and where I am, and then a few new starts too, which those are really exciting for me because they're on linen and I have never stitched on linen before, so that's been fun. And then I have a bunch of haul. I apparently have a pretty significant problem with buying cross-stitch supplies. I'll see someone with something on FlossTube and then I'll be like, oh, I need to have that. And then that keeps happening. So I do have some fun stuff to show you guys. So let's get started. So my first FFO, I just got her back from the framers a little while ago. She is a Dimensions Gold collection. I'm gonna turn my ring light off there for just a second. So it's called Woman with Bouquet, and there she is. So like I said, this is a Dimensions Gold collection. I finished this probably back in like mid 2020, but I didn't have it framed for a while because I go to the my local needle workshop, my LNS, for framing, and with COVID and everything going on, I didn't really want to infect them. So I was kind of avoiding framing it for a while, and then she just kind of got put on the shelf, and I was like, I should get this framed. And I actually have another one that was kind of a similar situation. I'll show you guys next time, but she is just stunning. So she really reminded me of like an old-time Spanish woman. So I wanted the framing I did it without matting very purposely. I wanted her to look like she could be hanging in a Spanish Franciscan monastery or something like that. And that's why we didn't go with framing, because I didn't want it to look too modern. And I found this look at this frame. I mean, it is just absolutely beautiful. It's so ornate and thick, but so old looking. So I just think she came out absolutely perfect. Again, I'm not really sure where I'm going to put her yet. We have this one, and oops, there's a dog hair on it. We have this one and 2 others that need to find homes. So I'm hoping to get those hung up this weekend, but she came out beautiful. I'm really excited about her. So yeah, so that's my FFO for you. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention before I got into my WIPs is last time I had asked you guys for some help on deciding between 2 patterns, 2 Heaven and Earth design patterns to start. And it was, so I had a couple of different polls going. I had one here on YouTube, I had one on Instagram, and then I did have a poll going at work. And between those 3 polls, it was interesting because the Spring Awakening one was definitely the winner on YouTube, but the Dragonfly was the winner on Instagram. And then at work, it was really split. So if you can believe it, it actually ended up in a tie. And so I decided, well, I could keep asking people, but you know, it's just going to continue to go on and on. So I decided I was going to give an extra weighted vote to my husband because he's the one that has to live with me while I'm stitching all of this. And he's the one that has to watch me do it. And he's also the one that has to have it in the house. So his final vote ended up picking the winner, and it was the Dragonfly. So it's called Disintegration, and it's by Stephanie Puman-Law, which again, I'm probably not pronouncing correctly. So I have this almost all kitted up, and I think I'm going to get started on this in April. I have a couple of things that I'm waiting on so that I can get started on it, but this is the one I won. So thank you everyone for all your opinions and your help. I really appreciate it. But like I said, between YouTube, Instagram, and work, and it was kind of crazy that it was a tie. People had trouble deciding, but this is the one my husband voted for. So it ended up getting the winning vote. So yeah, so thank you for that. All right, well, let's get into my WIPs. I have a few WIPs going right now. So the first one I'll show you is my Warrior Kitty. It's called Drake Warrior Kitty by the Cross Stitch Studio. I've been calling him Weekend Warrior Kitty because he's the one I've been working on the weekends. So this is the picture of what it will look like. And oh, and I just want to mention too, I got this project bag from Etsy, and I can't remember off the top of my head who made this, but I'll put it in the description below. But look at how cute that is. Is that not perfect for this project with the little kitties on it? So I'll put a link to this. It's so well made too. I absolutely love it. And I'll put a link to where you can find this and find this designer. She is fantastic. She's from Canada. She was shipped it really timely. It was great working with her. So I will put a picture in of where I was last time. So you may notice a slight edit in there because I realized when I was filming this, I filmed it holding it the wrong way. So this is where my little Weekend Warrior Kitty is at now. And it's really cool. You can see the whole ear, and you can start to see the fur and fluff from his head coming in, and it's just been so much fun to stitch this. And I've been using a diagonal cross country method, which I learned from watching the channel Thread the Needle. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I will put a link to it below. And then I've just kind of added parking into that method as well. And it's been so much fun. And I didn't think I was going to like stitching on something this confetti heavy. I mean, this piece is confetti heavy, hardcore. But it's just been so much fun to see it all come together, because when you're looking at it really close, it looks just like a blob of colors. But then when you take a step back, you really see the picture coming into play. And it's just because the confetti it's confetti, so it is what it is. But when you have this much confetti, it really just brings depth to the image. So I'm really excited about that. So this is my Weekend Warrior Kitty, and I'm gonna stitch on this probably the rest of this weekend, and I'll hopefully have some good progress to show you guys next time. Next, I have my Arches project, and this is it's full coverage. It's smaller and a little bit more simpler, and it's from Unique Stitch Crafts. I'll link to them below. She's also been really great to work with her patterns, but this is what the finished product will look like, and I'll show you a picture of where it was last time. And then this is where we are now. So I'm still working across kind of this like top middle-ish section here in columns with feathering the edges. I did make quite a bit of progress. There was one day I literally put about 2,000 stitches in, and it was almost all this color, which is DMC 780. And I was getting really tired of that color, but I think it's coming out really nice. And I just find this project really interesting because it there's only 12 colors in the pattern, but you're still getting quite a bit of detail in the arches and in the sandstone, the way that it's designed. So I'm really happy with this. I'm a little over 50% of the way done. I still have to finish up here and then all the bottom rocks and bushes and things like that down here. But it's pretty quick to get through because it's big blocks of color, but it has been a lot of fun. So that's my arches project. All right. And the next one is a dimensions kit. And this is my Amaryllis in Bloom that I got from eBay. And this is what it looks like when it's done. So I think that looks that's going to be really pretty. It's not focusing really well, but I can't do that. But it's really pretty. So I got some decent work on this, not a ton, but I've really been enjoying stitching on this. Oops, I have a thread here. Not sure what I'm doing with that. So I finished up, there was like one part of the upper leaf here that I finished, and then I worked mostly on the flower pot. And the flower pot is basically like I think 4 colors actually. When I was stitching it, I was like, this kind of looks like a blob. And then I finally like looked back once I was done. I was like, oh, you can see like the little angles and everything. And I think once it's back stitched, it looks beautiful, or it's going to look beautiful. Let me see. I think I forgot to turn my ring light back on, if that's any better. But yeah, I got some more of these little leaves done. I'm working on these leaves out here, and it's coming along pretty nicely. So this is a nice thing to stitch just like after work. I can just put a few stitches in it here and there if I get home from work late. So yeah, so that's been fun. And my last WIP that you guys have seen before is my Mill Hill kit. It's from the Out on a Limb series, and it is the Orange Bird by Debbie Mum. And that's what it looks like there. And funny story, I got quite a bit done on this. I'll show you a picture where it was last time, but I got quite a bit done. So I finished out the upper branch and added a whole bunch of new leaves. These stitches look a little random right now back down in this corner because there's going to be quite a bit of beading with it to make it look like a flower. But I got a lot of work on this yesterday because I actually got called to serve on jury duty, which here in Utah is still all online. And so basically it was just me sitting at my computer for several hours just waiting. So I pulled out my stitching and actually watched some TV on my phone while I was waiting for hours, and then I never even got called to be interviewed or anything. So that was a little frustrating, but it did give me some stitching time, so that was good, I guess. It was kind of a nightmare though, because I didn't know if I was going to actually have to go until the day before, and I called the day before and they're like, you have to show up. And I had to I didn't, my team had to reschedule all of my surgeries and appointments that I had scheduled for Friday, which was really difficult because I'm booked out like 6 weeks. I haven't really mentioned it before, but I am a veterinary dentist and oral surgeon. And I'm currently the only one in the state of Utah. So I'm very, very busy. It's a interesting job. A veterinary dentist is a real thing, but it makes taking days like that off for jury duty a little bit more difficult. But hey, at least I got some stitching time in. So what are you going to do? Gotta do your civic duty, I guess. So I had a couple new starts, and my first new start I'm going to show you is actually almost immediately became an FFO or UFO, sorry. I wanted to start stitching on linen, and I did not know how to do that. So I just got this little pattern. It's just little dogs woof, doghouse. I mean, honestly, like this is super tiny. I think it's only like, I can't even remember. It's like 4 inches or something. Yeah, 4.2 by 4.8 inches. So it's tiny. And I started it and it went really well. And this is what it looks like right now. But and I just found, I think this is 32 count linen. This is just from like the scrap pile at the, they have like scraps at the LNS. And so I just got a scrap of linen and just started stitching. And I really have found that I really love stitching on linen, but I also found that I really don't like the colors used in this dog. Really hate them. So I don't see myself finishing this, but it was really good to practice and to just get used to stitching on linen for my next new start that I wanted to do. So there's that, but I think this is going to be a UFO or unfinished object for those of you that don't know, or who knows, maybe I'll keep it out and stitch on it someday when I feel like working with those colors again. So I really wanted, the reason I wanted to stitch on linen is because I saw these patterns and from Cottage Garden Samplings, I was watching Needleberry Stitcher. I'll put a link to her below. And she had the first one, which was the fox. And I'm sure you guys have seen this. Everyone is stitching this because it is gorgeous. This is just absolutely stunning to me. I love this. But it's stitched on linen. I didn't feel like Ada was the proper fabric for this. And I'd never stitched on linen before, hence trying to learn. And it was really easy to learn. It really wasn't that bad. So I actually got the pattern and everything at a different LNS. I went to Shepherd's Bush up in Ogden and happened to find that pattern. I was so excited when I found it. And this is stitched on 32 count linen and it's in the color Storm by Picture This Plus. And here is where I'm at so far. And look at the cute little fox needle minder that I found at the store. Same day I got this. But yeah, so I've started doing this. That's kind of the back, and I've started on the top part of his leg here. And I just think it's really super cool. Like just the pattern that's in here with the geometric shapes and everything and how they blend and all. I just really absolutely love this. And I love stitching on linen. I did not expect to like stitching on linen. And here I am. And I'm like, okay, what's the next linen piece that I can start? Not that I don't like stitching on Ada, but I do really love the linen I found, which is really exciting for me because I feel like it opens up. It's one of the reasons I've kind of avoided doing a lot of samplers and stuff because I never felt like Ada was the right cloth for those, but I didn't know how to stitch on linen. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to do any samplers then. And now maybe I can do a sampler. I don't know. Everyone seems to have fun doing them. So yeah, so there's that. Now I'm going to get into some haul, and I'm just kind of looking at the pile that I have and just really can't believe what I bought. So I'm just going to kind of go from what I have in front of me. I got a few new needle minders. I got I got one Mill Hill needle minder and I found I really liked it. So I got a few more. I got a little sunflower and the moon. I don't know why, but I really just like how they hold the needle. I just like them a lot. And then when I was at the LNS yesterday, getting some more fabric, I got some more needle minders too. Got a little animal. I don't know what kind of animal that's supposed to be. A fox, maybe? Not sure. And a little ice cream. I don't know. They look cute. So I bought them because apparently that's what I do. I also got, so here's the other thing that happened is my team, my nurses were starting to get really tired of me hovering in the dental suite because they are so efficient and so good at their job that it gives me time to finish my records, finish up on all my paperwork and meetings and things like that. And then I'll just be waiting until they have a surgery ready for me to do. And so they started kicking me out and they tell me, go buy cross stitch stuff. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do that. So I have bought quite a few things on 1-2-3 Stitch, and I got a couple new kits. The kits I got are all Dimensions kits, but I got this one, Live Simply, which I like this because my husband's really into trucks and cars and all of that type of stuff. And so I thought this would be one that he would be okay with me stitching on because it had a truck on it. I don't know when I'll do this, but I have it, so yay. I also got this cute little thing. It's Life is Better with Cats. Again, it's a Dimensions kit. I have someone in mind for this, I think, but I don't think it'll take too long to stitch, but I'm not going to start it right away at least till I finish my Amaryllis, my other Dimensions Petite. And then I got another Dimensions Gold Petite, and why I bought this one, I just thought it looked pretty. And it's called Ornate Butterfly. It's a round one, and it actually has some gold metallic in it, which I've used gold metallic before. It's not my favorite thing to use, but I think it'll come out really pretty. So I got this kit to add to my collection because I apparently don't have enough. And I have more patterns here to show you too. So this is one I think I'll get started on, I don't know, maybe in the next couple of years, but I just thought it was really pretty. I like the colors. So those are the kits that I bought. Actually one more kit. I did end up getting the buttons and beads. This little, I forget what it's called, Honeybee from Mill Hill. This one I got, so I've been working on the orange bird, which is beading, but it's on Aida. It's on 14 count Aida. This is on that perforated paper, which I've never stitched on before, but it seems like a lot of people are doing these buttons and beads kits, so I wanted to give it a try. So I think this is what I'll do once I finish the orange bird. I'll start on this and see what it's like stitching on this perforated paper. I mean, I don't know. It seems weird to me. I guess you have to stitch in hand with it, which I'm not super used to. I have done, but not super used to doing it. So we'll see. But I thought that was really pretty. I really wanted the hummingbird one, but that one's out of stock. So this was a very close second. As far as, I got a ton of threads for projects. I mean, just like an obscene, what seems to me to be like an obscene amount of threads. And I have 2 more packages of threads coming this way. I buy a pattern and then I say, oh, I have to get all the threads for it. Why? I don't know. I just do. So I have a ton of threads. It makes me happy. So I'll just go with that. So I did get pattern wise, I got another pattern. This I'm going to work on in April. So this is from Cooler Design Studios. And this is actually, for those of you that don't know what this is immediately, this is actually called a matzah. It's for a matzah cover. So the reason I'm going to work on this in April is Passover, or Passover is in April this year. It's actually right in the middle of April this year. It's April 15th. And matzah is the unleavened bread. It's kind of like a giant cracker, basically, that we eat during Passover at the Seder. And you're supposed to have like a special cover for it. It's supposed to be in a bag. So this pattern is meant to be stitched and then made into a bag, which once I finish it, which will take me a while because I think this is going to be a seasonal project. My mother is going to stitch it for me. So, and I just thought this was really pretty. So this says, this is Hebrew for matzah. And then it has all of these symbols, or it's all of these objects in the edge, or it's all symbolism for things that we do during Passover. So there's the lamb, which is, we have lamb shank. That was part of the whole Seder story. There's grapes because there's a lot of wine. There are literally four glasses of wine built into just the Seder dinner itself. And Seder, for those of you that don't know, it's the Seder is the dinner that we use to celebrate Passover. And Passover is the celebration of the Exodus from Egypt. And during the Seder, Seder means order is the translation of it. We have certain things that we have to do. And one of the things that we have to do is drink 4 glasses of wine. So take that for what it's worth. We've got the bitter herbs to remind us of the bitterness of slavery. We've got the greens for the spring. There's some pomegranates here, which in some cultures, some Jewish cultures, it's used for, I think, like life and spring and all of that. Yeah, so I think this will be really pretty. I did get fabric for it, and I'll show you the fabric I got. I'm going to do this on, so it's going to be on 28 count linen because this calls for 14 count Aida. And I wanted to make sure it was the right size for the cover. So that's why I didn't decide to make it smaller, which I could have done. But I got this, what is it? It's white opalescent Aida, or not Aida, sorry, linen, 28 count. And you can kind of see, hopefully you can see the sparkles. So it's got kind of some sparkles in it. I think it's going to be beautiful. So I got a couple pieces, one for the top and one for the bottom of the cover. And like I said, once I finish stitching it, my mother is going to sew it into a into an actual little like sleeve, I guess you could say, for it to go into. So yeah, so I'm excited about starting that. I will start that in April. That's going to be a seasonal thing because, like I said, Passover is in April. I'm sure I'll have like a Hanukkah project or something to do in the winter. Same thing. I got some other patterns too. I did buy the Raccoon, which is also from Cottage Garden Samplings, and I really liked this one as well. I haven't liked all of, well, I've liked all of them, but I haven't wanted to stitch all of them, if that makes sense. But the Raccoon one, I definitely wanted to stitch, and I did already get the flosses and all the specialty flosses for it. So I think now that I've been having so much fun stitching on the Fox, I'm really excited to be able to stitch on this too. So, and I also got, I honestly have no idea why I bought this. I got the Prairie School sampler. It's called Prairie Lodge. And it's a whole bunch of different little animals. And I think I saw it and I just love the way that they frame these in the wood things. And, you know, we're really into the outdoors and all of that. So this just looked like some simple stuff, again, that I could do on linen or something like that. Because apparently I'm obsessed with linen now. But, and these are just cute little like quick projects to do at some point. So I'm not super into the Prairie Schooler series. There's been a lot of stuff that I have liked, but that one stood out to me. Now, my favorite thing, and I hope y'all stick around to the end for this, but I was watching FrizzyLizzieStitches. She's fantastic. She's adorable. And she was doing this pattern by Emma Congdon, who does have an Etsy shop. And I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it in the description down below. And she got it out of this book, and it's called Cross Stitch for the Earth. And I saw the pattern. The one that she was working on was this one that's unplug and go outside. So she was working on this, and I was like, oh my God, I need to make that. This is so me. I'm into the, hiking and backpacking and all of that stuff. And so I immediately got on Amazon and bought this. And then I got the book, and there's so many. Look at this. Like, we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. How cute is that? But the one, I think I may do a smaller one for someone. There's someone I have in mind for some of these patterns, but the one I really wanted to do is this one that says, leave nothing but footprints, kill nothing but time. And if you're a hiker or you've been hiking, you know the rule, which is leave nothing but footprints. So don't leave your trash or anything. Don't destroy the plants or rocks and all that stuff. You're supposed to leave nothing but footprints. So this really spoke to me, and I think this is probably the first one. I think I may do one of her smaller ones, but this is going to be the first bigger one that I'll do. So I was really excited to find this book. patterns are really like simple to read, and I think her designs are just beautiful. And I went to her Etsy shop, and she's got, these are not on her Etsy shop. You have to get the book for them, but she has a lot of patterns there that are really great. So yeah, so that's all I have for you guys today. There was a lot of haul. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my progress and seeing my FFO. And I just really want to say thank you to everyone who has been watching. This has been such a great experience. So thank you. And I really hope to see you guys again. I'm trying to do this about every 2 weeks. But if you have anything, I would really love it if you would leave me a comment. Just say hi, so I can say hi back. I really am enjoying meeting people. So leave me a comment, like, subscribe, whatever. And I hope you guys had some good stitching time, and happy stitching to everyone. Take care. Bye.